Adventures.
Hey guys, Chuke here from Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. I got more updates from bear country. Sorry I was not here last Friday. I think that's the only Friday I missed in the last year and a half. But I was out hunting bears myself and I did get a small black bear. Not much to speak of, but it is good food and I've already ground the whole thing into hamburger mixed with bacon. So I'm very excited about that. But I had a lot of emails and messages on my website coming back, and one of the more notable stories, this is from June 13th, another grizzly bear was killed in Montana, and this is titled, "Montana Grizzly Killed by Landowner is 7th Killed this year in the state." So a male grizzly was shot and killed Wednesday south of the north central Montana town of Havre in the northeast side of Bears Paw Mountain. It is the 7th grizzly killed this year in that state. A grizzly bear walks through a meadow in Montana. Shows a picture of a good size bear. It was a male bear. Authorities with Montana Fish and Wildlife Parks Department on Friday said the bear was threatening a landowner in the area when he opened fire on the grizzly, killing it. The man heard a disturbance with his dogs, and when he opened the door to his porch, he encountered the bear and shot it, the department said in a statement. The man was not hurt. Now, I am wondering I always wonder what firearm they used, whether it was a pistol, a shotgun, or a rifle. I mean, if he was in his home, it was probably a shotgun or a rifle, I would think, but it does not say that. I also like to know about what ammunition they used. So, and it starts talking about the grizzlies that were killed in defense of life, and then some of the other ones that happened earlier this year. The one I covered with the mushroom hunters earlier was similar, just a grizzly being aggressive and needed to be taken out. Now, what kind of irks me is when biologists say, this behavior from bears threatening humans is very rare and is not normal. We don't know why they did that. That is not true. That's just the bear's nature. They're at the top of the food chain. I mean, try going to Unit 16B here in Alaska where all the bears are starving, black bears and brown bears. They're eating each other. And if you go there, they will try to eat you, guaranteed. That's what happened to me. But I did want to talk about another case. Now, this was interesting because I found out exactly what was used on this bear. Now, this just happened in the past week. A buddy of mine who is in law enforcement in Alaska was in a small community, and a 4-year-old black bear was harassing people. Now, this was kind of odd because it actually tried to attack people and their dog, and it wasn't just a couple people. It was a group of 8 people. Usually bears shy away from large groups of people, but it was being aggressive to the point where they actually fired some shots, not at it, but in its general direction to scare it off. I've done that before and it's worked, even with grizzly bears, brown bears, that the sound, they didn't like it and they took off. But in this case, it did not work. It kept coming at them. Law enforcement was called. They showed up. Now, this was really interesting. Law enforcement shows up. It wouldn't stop. It was being aggressive. So it was shot. Now, this is interesting. It was a 4-year-old male bear. Looked like it was pretty decent, good size for a black bear. It was shot at 20 yards with a .300 blackout rifle with an 11.5-inch barrel. Now, the ammunition used was 110 grain Hornady tap. Now, that's some law enforcement ammo that I have. I haven't reviewed the .300, but there's some different ones I've reviewed, and I've got some .308 tap that I'll be putting out a video soon, but it's the Hornady tap barrier load. Basically the same bullet as a GMX, but boy, did it do good. Later, biologists looked at it. The bear had no fat. It was a healthy bear. So, I mean, it wasn't diseased or anything, because sometimes when they mess with humans, there's something's wrong with them. But no, it just wanted to go for some people. This thing penetrated over 3 feet. So, shot it, a frontal shot. It hit frontal, and it was lodged in the hip, lodged in the rear hip. So really interesting. Just it ran about 20 yards and then dropped and died. And this officer said he would take this rifle against a brown bear any day just because it did so well, especially penetrating over 3 feet with a hollow point like that, opening up and just doing all that damage. So really interesting. You know, people talk about bear spray and you know, the leftists and biologists, they try to push bear spray only. We've had some influencers on Instagram arguing with people saying, oh, you're an idiot if you know, want to just shoot bears, bear spray only. It has been documented. Even some of the people I interviewed, the bear spray failed. The bear would just blow right through it, or the cloud returned to the sender's face. It's good, though, to have as an option, as long as you have a firearm with it. If you go with bear spray alone, I think that is a mistake. Now, in this case, a rifle was better. A rifle is always better. A shotgun is always better. Unfortunately, when we're hiking and fishing, I typically don't carry a rifle or a shotgun just because of the weight, and I end up setting it down. Then I don't have it on me when I see a bear. So this is kind of what I've been carrying lately. This is a 10 millimeter 1911. This is the Dan Wesson Razorback with buffalo boar or Underwood 220 grain hard cast. I get over 700 foot-pounds of energy with this, and that's the most I've ever pushed out of a 10 millimeter pistol. So I am just really impressed with the power of this. I know that I'm a fan of the Glocks, and I started the whole channel out doing the Glocks, but this 1911 just fits my hand better, and with the grip angle and the trigger, I just shoot it better. The problem is it does not have the capacity that those double stacks do. So I've got 8+1, 9 shots of, you know, the 10 millimeter that is getting 700 foot-pounds of energy. Just devastating. So thanks for tuning in. I will have another video up in the morning, and I appreciate everyone sending me all the messages. It's Chuke, your friend in the field.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh, no, I'm getting shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10 millimeter. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch you all die every time, guaranteed.